The following content is an update and technical analysis on Helmerich Payne Incorporated, a company of the energy sector, oil and gas drilling, here off the daily interval. And just on the 4th of June 2023, we were trading spot price $33.26, where we had this nice, clean, bullish falling wedge pattern. Nice, clean, divergent low, all with positive and or bullish divergences among all three technical momentum indicators, where we had a pretty big fundamental headline with the Saudis there. And once again, OPEC is in dire need of spot price crude oil at $80 or higher. They're prepared to take any necessary actions to achieve that target. And in my theory, as a last-ditch effort driven by a little bit of desperation, I believe the U.S. Western nations are manipulating oil prices downwards with the intention of undermining Russia's economy. They are trying to mitigate the inflationary pressures, the inflationary fire by President Biden's decision to deplete the strategic petroleum reserves to levels really not witnessed since the late 1980s. And this move can be considered one of the riskiest in presidential history. With their previous economic strategies proving futile, it is now time for OPEC to demonstrate to the West that they can reduce production at a faster pace. And not only favoring a breakout, watch this primary downtrend line here right off the February reactionary high. You had the 50-day moving average hovering right up above as well, and a solid candle close above would make that possible on a complete breakout. And here is the update, and that was good for, call it 8.3% in gains, and we had a solid candle close above that 35.42 price resistance, taking out the primary downtrend line, 50 exponential and 50-day moving average, and had a nice, clean, really epic close during the closing bell there. And again, support, resistance now becomes support right at that 35.42 price resistance, 50-day moving average on a complete buy signal. Now here off the daily interval for another big move that I favor up to 37.38 for 3.6% in gains on a complete backfill of the gap there. 39.29 price resistance for another 8.6% in gains. So we'll see what happens. Nice clean breakout. That's as good as a clean, bullish falling wedge pattern, where you had bullish crossovers in the MACD and oscillator confirmed with continued bullish and positive divergences amongst all three momentum indicators, and ended up moving, panning out. Take you out to the crude oil spot price futures here, and we're dancing really amongst some pretty key, pretty big price resistance. Call it 72.44 price resistance, and we are trading on that level right now. Multiple reactionary lows, reactionary highs right across the board there. And if we're able to break out, where we have the 50 exponential moving average hovering up above, so a nice solid daily candle close above this will issue a buy signal, and you can best believe Helmerich is going to move to the upside, where we had a nice clean divergent low, positive divergences amongst all three momentum indicators with a now bullish crossover there on the moving average convergence, going on to test its zero line. And again, that solid breakout, if we have a nice clean candle close right up above, you're going to have some health being poured into these momentum indicators for a much larger move to the upside of that first target, 75.76 price resistance, call it gap support, on a potential backfill of the gap there at 79.73 price resistance, which will coincide with that primary downtrend line, and in a much larger, more powerful move, breakout above that would issue some pretty big buying, in my opinion, and really shake out the billions of dollars of shorts that have been positioned inside some of the energy sector for quite some time now.